With just 2 points separating the two leading crews in the Australian Rally Championship for 1987, the BP Visco Alpine Rally was once again to be the event to decide the winner. In the meantime, Gosford driver Ian Hill in the turbocharged Subaru was slowly catching the leaders after damaging his car in an off-road excursion early in the event. Hill was starting to get the feel of the car after a poor record in earlier rounds this year. Drive cars revelled in these conditions, although Ian Hill almost came to grief when lying in second place. After the demise of David Eadie, Ian Hill inherited second. South Australian pair Mark and David Tolcher in the turbocharged four-wheel drive Subaru continued their charge through the field, although a damaged front end caused the duo to slow down near the end of the stage. The service crew was forced to use a makeshift jack to repair the car and get it back on the road. South Australian rally champion and school teacher Ed Ordinsky, with consistent driving, improved his placing to lie fourth at the end of the second division. Coming from all directions, the pair of Greg Carr and as the cars headed into the third division during the night around the pine forests near Kuitong and Talangata, many of the backmarkers had already retired. After a relatively trouble-free run, quietly spoken Gosford mechanic Ian Hill was trying to peg back the lead of Carr and Gacentis.
Pretty good. I think we're second at the moment. It's been going pretty good tonight and haven't had any problems tonight.
No problems at all?
No, no worries.
Meanwhile, Mark Tolcher was still making his presence felt as he arrived at Kuitong. Tolcher appeared to have no further problems since the broken front end in the second division.
We came up against the bank and bent a lower control arm as well as a tie rod and steering as well, but we've replaced all that and things are going well. So the first stage tonight we put in fastest time compared to those in front, so I'm happy.
Looking forward to a good finish?
Yes, yes. Trying to improve on our ninth last year.
For the final day at what has been described as one of the country's most gruelling and difficult motorsport events. Next out was Ian Hill and Phil Bonza in the Subaru, and although running without any major problems, the Japanese four-wheel drive was working hard as Hill put the car through its paces.
Very quiet.
The Tolcher brothers from South Australia were also pushing their Subaru to the limits in an effort to hang on to third place. South Australian rally champion and primary school teacher Ed Ordinsky was out to teach his rivals a lesson when he blasted his Subaru around the circuit. Lying third in the Australian Series in his first season, the current South Australian ace was out to consolidate his position. Through the first stage of the Stanley Forest, Carr was leading Ian Hill's Subaru. Still in third position with the Tolcher brothers, and back in fourth place was Ed Ordinsky, determined to make it tough for those cars in front. As the cars headed into special stage 28, the drama was about to unfold to the amazement and bewilderment of officials and spectators alike. The lead from Greg Carr and Fred Gacentis. As the crowds and officials waited for cars flying alpha, tension increased by the minute. The next car through was the turbocharged Subaru of Team Tolcher. Ordinsky And Middleton winnexed through and without further incident, although it appeared he had relinquished the 9-minute lead in the Alpine rally. Ian Hill and schoolteacher navigator Phil Bonza had taken over the lead from Carr by 2 minutes and 7 seconds. While it was the Group A cars that were providing the interest in the event, it was the Group G modified specials that were providing the action on the old racing circuit. From the Hume Weir circuit, the cars returned to the Lake Hume Resort, with Ian Hill and Phil Bonza claiming victory in the 1987 BP Visco Alpine Rally.
Yes, I'm very excited. It's the second Alpine I've won. It really is the hardest event all year to win, and it's the most prestigious event in Australia, and it has the longest tradition in rallying, and you know, I'm just absolutely rapt to win this event twice.
Navigator Phil Bonza was elated after the win.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we haven't had a very good year at all. We would have been pleased to just finish. Winning is fabulous.
After the event, Greg Carr was crowned Australian Rally Champion for the second time in his career, whilst navigator Fred Gacentis won his first Australian title.
We came here with the aim of trying to win the Australian Championship, which we've done. Winning the event would have been nice for sure, but that was certainly secondary.
You can't crack it for 6 times.
I don't know. I don't think it's possible.